They fake growth, you fake safety. He pretended to change, but only until you let your guard down. Then the mask slipped. You want the good guy, the one who says he's working on himself, until you fall in behind his pretense, and the old him came roaring back. He didn't grow, he adapted to survive the breakup, to win you back, to re-enter your heart through the back door. He watched your boundaries, took notes on your standards, became the man you described, just long enough to get back in. That wasn't evolution, that was emotional strategy. He didn't want to change. He didn't want to lose you. You told him what hurt you. He nodded, listened, maybe even cried. You thought, he finally gets it. But what he really got was the cheat code to bypass your defences. He knew if he sounded evolved, you'd feel safe again. If he used the right words, you'd lean back into love. But it wasn't love, it was leverage. So let's dissect this. Most people don't actually work on themselves in relationships, especially not the way you thought he might. He doesn't grow because his growth requires a lot of hard work, and you're not paying him. He pretends to change because his ego benefits from it. It makes him look good. And you are enabling this lie. Why? Because you believe it's possible to fix people, and that belief fuels your hunger for love. You project hope onto his behaviour, hope he can do better, and that makes you lean into the cycle even deeper. Think of it like this. He's not a recovering person. He is someone who benefits from having his projections accepted by another person. Someone available to hope he can change. He doesn't need to change. Your projection of hope onto his behaviour feeds him. That means he will always have another version of you who believes the same lie, and that's enough to keep him pretending. I'd like you to imagine that he's a chameleon in a gilded cage, changing colour to match your expectations, but never intending to stay in the light. He blended in with your healing, talked like someone who had grown, loved like someone who had learnt. And you look at it and see potential. But what he truly sees in you is the reflection back of his own false belief. He projects his own coloured version of himself onto you so he doesn't have to face the truth. But you're not his problem. He's just giving you a deluded image of love, and he doesn't need to change because his brokenness isn't yours. It's just been reflected back at him. But the moment you stopped watching closely, he shifted back, because he was never truly transformed, only camouflaged. So let's look at the collapse of trust. The worst betrayal isn't being lied to, it's being told the truth you prayed for only to discover it was a script. He knew what you wanted to hear, and he said it until you believed it again. Built trust on performance always collapses under real pressure, and when it did, you were left holding a second heartbreak with the same name on it. So here are 5 ways to break the cycle for good. Believe actions over apologies. Don't believe him. He knows he doesn't want to change, not ever, and you don't have to pay the price to find out. Change doesn't whisper, it walks. Test time, not tone. If it fades after 3 weeks, it was a tactic, not a transformation. Watch for relapse behaviour. Growth isn't perfect, but it's consistent. Did they default under stress? Rebuild trust in stages. Know his pretending isn't about love, it's a form of emotional leverage. Don't hand over your heart just because someone sounds like they've done the work. Then choose peace over potential. Protect your belief in yourself. Don't use him to validate who you think you should be. The version of them you loved was a mirror of your hope. Choose someone whose truth is already stable and not borrowed. And in my closing comments, he won't change. He performed. He will just deceive again, and you will keep believing. You didn't fall for him, you fell for the version of him that mirrored your own growth. But here's your truth. You are no longer someone who needs to be convinced. You see clearly now. The next time love knocks, don't open the door just because the voice sounds familiar. Ask yourself, is it real or is it rehearsed? Because love doesn't show up in a costume. It shows up already changed. And here's the good news. You are one of a million who sees what he hides. And that makes you powerful, not broken.